Morning guys. This afternoon we're gonna mow some of our hay. We finally got a dry spell for a little while here, for a good week, so we're gonna try getting our first crop off. Our first crop's humongous. So we're gonna go out there. We're gonna mow a field that we haven't mowed. We always gave it out for quite some time, or like rented it out. Well, not rented out, but sold a crop on it to somebody else, but we never touched the hay or anything. They mowed it, they took the crop. Anyways, now that we got half of our alfalfa field that we used to chop turned into wheat, now we only have about half a alfalfa field or hay field left. So now we need some more, hay, so we stopped renting it, and now we're going to use that for ourselves. So we're gonna go out there, watch them cut that hay, get a little footage of that, show you guys what that is. So hay, we use to feed our cattle during the winter time. During the summertime, we use green chop. As you see in earlier videos, green chop is basically hay, except green chop is wet hay. When you dry the hay, it dries out, that way you can store it. Obviously, if you leave wet, moldy crops in your basement, they're gonna mold. Same thing on the farm here. We gotta make sure they dry out, so they'll dry over the next couple days. We'll get them down to like, I don't know, 15% moisture, and then we'll bale it. Usually you feel the hay, and if it's dry to the touch, then it's ready to bale. So we're gonna go out there. Now I'll show you the operation we got going on. So as you can see right there, this is obviously all hay field right here, all the way up over there. So we're gonna leave that section right there for green chopping, this section in front of me for green chopping, but all this is gonna be hay. You can see that different color green, that's all wheat. Our land stretches from there to there, and then that's our soybeans. So that little hay field right there is still hay, and this is hay. So obviously we lost a pretty good chunk of our hay field back there to wheat. We planted a ton of wheat. As you can see, that field over there, that's that different shade of green. That's all wheat. We'll take that off in July. So I just came back out here. We got about half this field cut. He's going pretty slow. As I said, it's a very thick crop. Put it on there in a second and take a look at it. We've been having a little problem with spreading our manure. We don't have enough space to put it. Thank God we're getting this off, that way we'll be able to put some manure somewhere. Right now we've been green chopping parts like that and then spreading the manure on there. Does the fields need the manure as much as it should? No, we just we need some place to put it, and we can't keep it at the farm, so we got to spread it on the fields. These alfalfa fields haven't had any manure put on them for quite a while now, so these are good nutrients going into it. That alfalfa field way back there, as remember in the past, we've been spreading manure on that for years now, so it's very nutrient dense back there. But this field not so much, and manure goes either way, because cows obviously eat the grasses and whatnot, and all these have seeds in them, and when the cow poops those seeds, it goes in the manure, and then we spread it. So as you can see, this alfalfa field's a lot nicer, not so many weeds. There's enough weeds out there, but not like the alfalfa field way out there. That alfalfa field has quite a bit of weeds in there mixed in, and the cows, no, they don't like eating those weeds as much as they do the alfalfa, and it's not nutrient good for them. So yeah, that's one con of putting manure on alfalfa fields, but it needs to be done. Yeah, so if that's what you're wondering why all those little like spikes up are there, those are weeds. Not supposed to be there. Yeah, these are some thick stuff here. That's dense. Usually we wait till as you can see on this one, there's purple flowers. It's all over this field. And it's not, I guess, all over the field. We've had it where there's been a lot of flowers. Usually once you get 1 or 2 flowers sitting in your field, the entire field just takes off the blossoms. We usually want to wait till then. A lot of farmers and a lot of, you know, nutrient guys will say you want to cut it before that, and then I'm pretty sure they do it in 21-day cycles or some mystery bull crap. We don't believe in that shit here. So we cut it when the crop's ready, and then when the crop's ready is when it blossoms, and that's when we get the fullest crop, the healthiest crop. And these fell fields have been here for a good 10-15 years compared to some of these other farmers. And other farmers do see like a percentage increase in yields and whatnot if they cut it every 15 days, but that just doesn't work for us here. And I guess we haven't looked into the nutrient value compared to when it does blossom and when it doesn't blossom, because supposedly when it does blossom it loses some of its nutrient value. We think it just comes out as a fuller crop if we leave it till it blossoms, and a better crop, and it stays in the ground a lot nicer, and we can harvest it for many years without having to reseed it. So yeah. One of the things that we're going to do the other day was spray our soybean fields. Our soybean fields are kind of getting overpopulated with weeds pretty quick here. And once you start growing, they don't stop growing. That's why they call them weeds. So we filled up the sprayer. It ended up getting super windy, and you can't spray in the wind. Like it passed like 10 mile an hour winds, 7 mile an hour winds, you just can't spray. There'll be too much overspray. Pesticides and weed killer will not get down onto the crop at all, and into the soil, which is what we want. Ideally, you want zero wind, and then the next day or in a following couple hours, you want it to rain so it gets into the soil, you know, so it works itself into there and it stays on the crop. Obviously not too heavy of a rain that it washes it away. Just a light sprinkle would be nice after spraying. So we do got this all loaded up, but sadly we couldn't spray, which sucks, but at least it's here now and ready to go. When we are ready to go, it's been pretty windy and pretty rainy. Like in the past, like legit 2 weeks, we've got over probably a good 6 inches of rain. With my guess, one day we did get like 1 inch and 7/8, so basically 2 inches. And then like 3 days go by and we had another ½ inch come down. So the fields have been pretty wet, but it's been pretty good for our crops because they're shooting up like flies. Our soybeans are already about 3-4 inches tall, so that's good, and it's only like July 8th, so that'll be a good yield, good harvest.